What is going on, guys? Unlimited Cop here, back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Bape Adidas collaboration and the Air Jordan 1 Blue Chill. Both of these releases are set to release this Saturday, January 2nd. Now there's a lot of money to be made this weekend with the Bape Adidas collab. There's a lot of sick pieces and a lot of profit to be made, and these Air Jordan 1s also are going to have a decent amount of profit. So without any further ado, let's just hop right into it. So starting off with the Air Jordan 1 Blue Chills, these are coming in at a retail price of $160. Now I see resale being around $250 to $300. These are a pretty hyped up shoe, and honestly they look pretty nice in my opinion, so I see them doing pretty well. Now guys, please keep in mind this is an international release, so we'll have a US release later in the year, later in the month maybe. So there's only a couple stores getting these, but we will see a lot more stores later on. Starting us off at 3 AM, we have Nike EU. Now they don't have international shipping, so if you are going to try to ship to the US, you're going to need a reshipper. I'll be making a reshipper guide very soon. I'm not too sure if it's going to be out before this release, but be on the lookout for that. Also at 3 AM, we have BSTN and Soulbox. Now honestly guys, both of these releases are going to be pretty hard to do because the sites are honestly just trash. I would recommend going for Soulbox maybe if you're going manual, because BSTN is kind of iffy. I mean, it's really a toss-up. Next up, we have Bounceware at 10 AM EST. I don't know of any bots that run this site, so I think this is going to be your best chance manually, besides Nike sneakers obviously. So I would just be ready at 10 AM and make sure you have an account ready. Next up, we have SVD. Now this is actually going to be at a random time, so if you do have a page monitor, I would recommend setting that up, just so you can be notified exactly when they release. Moving on to the Bape Adidas collection. Why do I do that so much? I'm like, hey. Now there is a lot of items in this collection, so I'm just going to be going over every single one. And most of these items are Adidas only, and we might see a release on Bape, but I have guides linked in the description below to update you guys if anything changes, so be sure to check those out. And I don't know if I just said this or not, I can't really remember, but I'm not going to be going over where these are releasing because all of them, except for the Ultra Boost, are going to be releasing on Adidas only. Might see a Bape release, not too sure. I'll be sure to let you guys know. So starting us off in the collection, we have the Bape Adidas Ultra Boost 4.0. These are going to be coming in two different colorways. We have the camo colorway and we have the black camo. Now the black camo colorway is going to be an Adidas only release, and the green camo has a couple stores releasing them. Like I said before, I'll have a doc linked in the description below so you guys can check out those sites. There are some Shopify sites, so if you want to do the Shopify jig, I will link that down in the description below. Now for the camo colorway, this is coming in at a retail price of $250, and I see resale being around $320 to $400. Honestly, I think the shoe looks really good, and I think it's going to do very well. I might even have to cop myself a pair for personal. Now in the black colorway, this is coming in at a retail price of $200, and I see resale being a little bit more, somewhere around the $350 to $450 range. And like I said before, this is an Adidas exclusive, so that would definitely help in terms of resale. Next up, we have the Bape Adidas cleats. This is also going to come in two different colorways. We have the camo colorway and we have the black camo. These are coming in at a retail price of $200. And I see resale being above $300. Now I'm not too sure about these. They do have a good amount of hype on them, so I think you'll definitely be able to make profit. So if you can, I would definitely suggest purchasing. Now that resale estimate goes for both colorways because they are both an Adidas exclusive. Like I keep saying, we could see a Bape release, and honestly personally I think there will be one, but there's not an announced one yet. Moving on, we have the Bape Adidas helmet. Honestly guys, this piece is just a flex piece. Coming in at a retail price of $600. I see resale being around $700 to $750. It could either do really well or it could brick, but I think this is going to do pretty decent because this is kind of the first of its kind, and it's a really cool piece to add to the collection. But with a retail price of $600, that is pretty expensive, so it could take a little bit to sell. Moving on to the Bape Adidas football. This is coming in at a retail price of $100, and I see resale being around $220. And since this retail is pretty low, I see resale being pretty good honestly. This is also kind of another flex piece or something cool to add to your collection. And if I haven't made this clear guys, we could see a Bape release of all these items, so just be on the lookout for that. And if you are an Unlimited Cook, our Shopify monitors will pick it up, so know exactly when they release. And if you're not an Unlimited Cook, I don't really know what you're doing, we're about to release Unlimited Cook X, which is going to have a bunch of new features. It's going to be amazing. I'll have a video on that out soon, so if you guys want to check it out. But in the meantime, if you guys want to follow our Twitter, I'll put it in the description below. Moving on, we have the Bape Adidas football gloves. These are coming in at a retail price of $75, and I see resale being around $120. This is another flex piece like a lot of items in this collection, and there's a pretty good amount of hype around them, so I definitely expect these to do pretty well. Moving on, we have the Bape Adidas sleeves. I don't know if these are called sleeves or football sleeves or arm sleeves or whatever they're called, but they do look pretty cool. Coming in at a retail price of $60, I see resale being around $100. Now this isn't a crazy hype piece. This is another piece where it's kind of like, you know, like a dude's got Bape on his arm, on his shooting sleeve, whatever they're called, which is kind of just a flex. These might be kind of a riskier thing to cop in the collection, but they should be a pretty good long-term hold. Next up, we have the Bape Adidas tights. These are coming in at a retail price of $70. I see resale being around $110. This is another piece that might be kind of risky, just because there's not a ton of hype around them, but they're a pretty good piece. Next up, we have the Bape Adidas football jersey. Now this is a really cool piece, coming in at a retail price of $200. I see a resale being around $400. Now this is another one of those flex pieces that's just really cool. It would be awesome to hang up on your wall or even wear out. I will probably be copying one for personal just because it looks so cool. I would definitely recommend trying to cop this, especially as a long-term hold. I could see the price going way up. Last but not least, we have the Bape Adidas jacket. This is coming in at a retail price of $250, and I see resale being around $450. Now this jacket is probably the best piece in the collection in my opinion. I will definitely be picking one up for personal just because it looks so cool. And with a retail price of $250, that's relatively cheap in terms of Bape. I'll probably be going for the green colorway just because I think it looks the cleanest, but I would definitely recommend trying to cop this if you can. I don't know if I said this before guys, but every single item in this collection will come in 2 different colorways, being the green camo colorway and the black camo colorway. I think the green's going to do a little bit better, but if you're going for the Ultra Boost, I'd recommend going for black because the green ones are kind of a wider release. That's pretty much it for the video guys. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for more content. Check out the link in the description below for how to do the Shopify jig, and make sure you follow my Twitter. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'm Unlimited Cop, and I'm out.
Yeah, I run my city without running shoes. You ain't gotta wonder who. All these rappers sound the same. Damn, there is a ton of you. I just smirked the competition, did it right in front of you. Before I even learned to count, I kept it 100 too. I be on my Kendrick shit, really about to humble you. Never ever drop the ball, no, I never fumbled.